Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. We're dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. You search but you stay lost. Search but you stay lost. We're reaching for the stars. We're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Mysterious, that's the part you always show. 'Cause you're too curious. Maybe you should take it slow. Reaching for the stars. I wonder where you are. I never need you again, so stick around. So stick around.
Yo, what's happening, guys? What's happening? Can y'all hear me okay? Sorry, I'm late. Of course, I'm always late. I'm going to be late to my own damn funeral one of these days. Secondly, can you guys hear me okay? Or am I super robotic? So, first and foremost, as you guys already see and know, there's active shooters at Michigan State University, which is not far from us. And we have a distant family friend there. So, anyhow, just yeah, things have been crazy. So I just wanted to let you guys know I've been late, or I'm a little sorry for being a little bit late, but let's get this party started here. Let me drop the link in case, and I probably won't be on here a long time, but I do want you guys to say a prayer for that girl. She really needs it right now. Don't ask any questions because I don't have any answers for you. But I just want you to say a prayer for her right now because she really, really needs some positive vibes, man. She really does. And don't go messaging her and all that crazy shit because, you know what I'm saying? She's busy, but just keep her in mind. That's all. And I seen we had new court docs on Brian. We got after our live last night, Up Church did a rebuttal video to his mother, so we can go over that because that was like right after our live. It was no sooner did we do our live and get off here, and he was doing a rebuttal for his mom, talking about, well, I was on vacation. Well, I tried to be anyways. And then it went from there. So I'm sure y'all watched it. I'm sure you guys know. Do you guys want me to put on the MSU stuff? Do you guys want to watch that for a minute, or are you already watching it now, or what's up? What y'all want to start with?
Particular area in campus. I mean, it's a big campus, and they have a lot of really important young people who are there trying to make sure are okay. More than 45,000 students that they're trying to make sure are okay. How many of them are on campus right now? Where they're all heading to? Keep in mind, if you're not hearing from your loved one right now, it may be because they're on their way to one of these safe places, one of these places like Landon Hall, where right now police are staging to make sure that it's safe. Back now live at looking at pictures, you'll see now start recognizing the decals for a while, and then all of a sudden you'll notice new decals on those police cars. That should give you some solace as well. As right now they have multiple police agencies from all over the state that are descending on East Lansing, ambulances from all over. That's Huron Valley that just pulled up, of course. But East Lansing Police, MSU Police, they were the first to to be there, and then they requested others. Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard said, "Hey, we're heading there too."
Right now it's 10:20. We're just receiving word that MSU police will be giving a briefing at 11 p.m. Of course, our information is going to be limited until we really find out who this shooter is, where this person is heading, perhaps a motive that's of course going to take days. I'm sure there are a lot of people we know on social media who are saying it and are watching right now, shaking their heads, asking why, how could anybody do this? These are innocent people that are being victims of this senseless shooting. But it appears that there is plenty of law enforcement from several agencies on the campus of Michigan State University as they are working to track this suspect down. Our only description right now is that he was wearing a mask and that he was short. That was it at this point, and that he is armed. So that's why everybody right now needs to shelter in place. But as we have showed you through these live pictures, SWAT teams are going into some of these campus halls. Brody, Snyder, Berkey, we know they're clearing them, safely taking the students out, and then searching and securing these halls. Landon is where many of these students are being taken, the victims, and of course, Sparrow Hospital to be treated.
Keep in mind, again, if you're looking at social media, which of course we expect that you would be at this time, especially if you have a loved one on campus, there were a couple reports that were just flat out false. There are people who are saying things that they're not sure of. What we're trying to make sure of here at Fox 2 is any information you hear on the air here has been confirmed by police. We have to make sure it's confirmed. If you look at social media, they'll say that there are images of the shooter himself that are being escorted by police right now. That doesn't seem to be true based on what we're hearing from police directly to Fox 2, telling us that right now this is still an active situation in which they do not have the shooter in custody. And so if that's true, they can't then have a photograph on social media showing police escorting the shooter. So please don't trust everything you're reading on social media. Understand that we are really working hard to talk to law enforcement and get confirmation from them.
And this is the latest alert issued by MSU that they're saying the police department on the East Lansing campus of MSU, a person is actively shooting on MSU's campus, an active and ongoing situation. Follow the run, hide, fight guidelines. Secure in place. Turn cell phones to silent. Remain quiet. Suspect description. This is all they have at this point. Short male with mask, possibly a black male. And make sure anybody contacts Michigan State University Police to report any sort of unusual or suspicious activity. And that is the latest that we're hearing from MSU Police in terms of information we want to pass along to you.
And while we have the Michigan State Police, as you say, Taryn, this is not a situation where you want to run to the campus. You don't want anybody to interfere with this investigation. So the message is clear from Michigan State Police, as it's going to be safe to say hundreds upon hundreds of law enforcement agents are going to be descending and already have on the campus of Michigan State University. If you know where your young person is on that campus, you don't want to go running in there. They're saying this statement from Michigan State Police essentially said, please do not go to the campus right now. This, right, by the way, is right near the art museum, the Broad Art Museum. This is the scene over there. So we're getting some new angles, multiple angles of what we're seeing here. Many ambulances all throughout that area. That was one of the initial requests that came in at about 8:20 from the scanners, saying they were pushing for more ambulances. We need more backup. We need medical. Because when you have an active shooter situation that has not been yet resolved on a campus this large, you don't know how big it can be. And at this point, we still don't have a full idea as to how many people have been injured because of this active shooter situation. And so if you're asking that question, saying, come on, how come they don't know that yet? It's because we don't want to report unsubstantiated reports. We want to go with what we know. And
this is what we do know at this point. This is a timeline. If you're trying to check how this evening unfolded, at 8:18, shots were fired. The calls that was inside Berkey Hall on the northern boundary of campus. And that's where the calls started to come in about the shooting at Berkey Hall. At 9:16, the shooter is believed to be on foot. That's what police reported. 9:26, police reported a second shooting scene at IM East. That's the Intramural Sports Center complex. Many students locked down in there, and we're understanding that they have just been evacuated out. At 9:34, IM East, that's what happened, was being secured. Police report they believe there is just one shooter, and that person is described as a short male wearing a mask, according to MSU. Now, victims are being transported to Sparrow Hospital. We know at this point, Brody, Snyder, Phillips, Mason Hall, Abbott Hall, Landon Hall, and the MS Union, along with Berkey, have been cleared and secured. So those places are considered safe. The shooter is not in those areas, cleared and secured.
We have a student on the phone with us, a former student at Michigan State University, who literally is just a stone's throw away from IM East, one of the shooting scenes. And I want to thank you so much for joining us today. May I ask you, Jordan Robinson, how are you holding up right now? I know this is really tough, but can you give us a description of what you're hearing and seeing around you right outside of that area?
Yeah, first, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Right now, at least in my area, it's a little quiet. They have locked down the main road to my apartment, and we are hearing helicopters overhead. My roommate and I are taking precautions right now, obviously, to make sure that we are safe and secure in our own place right now. So all of our blinds are shut. We're not really looking out too much just again,
of course,
given the nature of the incident.
You were mentioning earlier that this comes so close to a terrible anniversary that you remember growing up with. You just recently graduated from MSU, and you were talking about the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas shooting that took place on February 14th. Several years back. And now you said this is hitting way too close to home.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I was just recently talking to someone that I know. We keep saying it keeps getting closer and closer and closer. It feels like it just keeps coming in. We obviously heard about what happened at Okemos High School last week, and that's just down the road from Michigan State. And here we are dealing with this right now. But one thing is for sure about Michigan State, if there's anything that I learned, is that we are one community. regardless of whether we know each other or not. Everybody right now is checking in on each other, making sure that we're safe, figuring out everyone's location. And really what we're doing is just, trying to stay strong through all of this right now.
I don't want you to reveal locations, but I just wanted to ask you, when you say that you've been in touch with friends who are on campus right now, can you give us an idea as to what those conversations are like via text or phone?
Yeah, I mean, they're not saying too much right now. They are telling me where their location is, but, obviously I will not reveal that right now. But they are saying that they are sheltering in place right now, just staying where they're basically staying in the last known location that they were in, essentially. So that could be a cafeteria, that could be their resident hall. I have a lot of friends who are off campus as well, both on the other side of Green River as well as other areas within the East Lansing Okemos area that are also sheltering in place right now. But like I said, it is pretty quiet right now in my area, with the exception of helicopters flying overhead, which is really bizarre for us, considering, Michigan State's a very active place, even where I live.
Jordan, I wanted to ask you one more question in terms of the correspondence. You're assuring your friends that they're going to be okay. They're hiding right now or sheltering in place, perhaps hiding away from a potential shooter. Those conversations have to be so encouraging for them when you're able to actually text them or speak with them about kind of just encouraging each other. Isn't that important?
Hey, B Tim, how are you?
Good. Just not didn't know this was happening until probably 20 minutes ago or so.
Yeah, it
So,
was my a friend of ours or whatever called my aunt and she was having a panic attack about it. And I'm like, oh fuck. Well, so then I tried to push it off and I was like, I didn't want to push the live off too far, but then I was late again. I was like, like,
yeah.
call me if you need me. And there's not a lot I can do from here, you know what I mean? But just as like emotional support or whatever, she was panicking, but I think her daughter's okay. So she was just worried,
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of crazy. Is there anything else? No, I mean, because I barely know anything. That just I just found out about this recently. So,
Oh wow! Here, somebody just sent pictures of the supposed shooters, and we'll say alleged for right now. I don't know
wait,
if they
wait.
are 100%, but this is.
Is this what the police are showing, or who's showing these pictures?
I don't know. Well, they were just sent to me. It's just okay. So it says this is on Twitter actually, and it's It says Michigan State University shooting suspect is 21-year-old Lynn D. Walker. According to dispatch audio, he is still on the loose and considered armed and dangerous. And then, of course, people went to his Facebook and seen all the crazy fucking pictures he's got up right now.
Can you give me an idea of what would be considered crazy? What type of crazy
Well,
picture?
let's see here. He's got looks like a razor blade in his mouth with his finger up, middle finger up.
Okay.
Hope you're ready, MSU. All of you. I don't know. Dudes are going to pay. Millions must fucking die. Now, why wouldn't someone report that prior to this even going on if they seen that? I don't know. It's very odd. But
Yeah, Facebook's kind of a cesspool, so not really surprised.
Yeah, it's
broadcasting has scanners. Okay, right. Holy shit.
So yeah, I was gonna say they got it. What's up, Boston? What's up, man?
Hey guys,
This is crazy as hell. Did you see this going on?
I just got off the phone with my friend that's 20 minutes from MSU.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm worried about. They've confirmed that from the scanner, because I don't, how some people just get a name and they just throw in social media and then everyone gets it wrong. Is it confirmed it's him, or is it just
they said just the scanner, so that's as far as you know what I mean?
Let's hope that's not an innocent, person, but let's hope it's the right guy.
Well, it's all over Twitter as well, so I mean,
yeah.
One confirmed dead right now, 47 minutes ago, it says.
Jeez.
Wacky tacky creep girl said my friend is stuck in her dorm and she reposted the dude's picture. So, but no confirmation from Ellie, Coco said. Which they may not confirm it right away anyways. But the one on here, I'll put the one up that's on Twitter.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's not confirmed that someone's passed away?
So many 911 calls.
I don't know about being passed away. I'm just saying the post confirmed we're talking about law enforcement. As far as we know, we haven't seen any post from law enforcement saying that it is this guy for sure. But there's lots of posts on Twitter and other people posting it all over Twitter and Facebook, and you know what I'm saying. They're getting his pictures getting shared all over. So
yeah.
And then his post. So I'll put that up real quick.
So basically, 15 minutes ago, it says the Michigan State University Police tweeted that a suspected gunman is a short male with a mask. Police have been searching for the gunman since shots erupted in campus at 8:30. Okay. Yeah. I think some campus buildings have been cleared.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
This world's falling apart. United States of America is falling apart.
I wouldn't say that much. Just bad apples.
It just seems like it's getting more and more. These school shootings are getting more and more and more.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. How you doing there? Oh, I saw someone try to pop up.
So did I.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I mean, shit. Michigan governor response to reports of shooting.
You didn't see anybody pop up. That was me, Brick, coming up to pop the picture up. So.
Oh, okay. I thought someone else was jumping.
Yeah, no, it was just me.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Social media post about 10 p.m. said that they are seeking a short male with a mask connection with the reported shooting. Campus Monday night. The department added it was still receiving multiple calls of active shooter on campus, and that of 10:04. A person is actively shooting at the East Lansing campus. One body bag could be seen on the ground outside of. I'm reading from a newspaper. One body bag could be seen on the ground outside of north side of MSU Union on Grand River.
Jesus Christ. Have they said if it's automatic gun or anything like that?
No, I haven't seen anything yet. But it says a line of 10 ambulances are waiting outside. There's people that have been injured and also
Ingham County to kind of give us a lay of the land. And that, by the way, Dina, is happening in about 35 minutes when they'll be holding a news conference where we'll get some facts here about how many people were hurt. Were there any fatalities? But I have to ask you, maybe actually just ask you to comment a little bit about this, because one thing that we keep telling moms and dads, just like you, Dina, out there is that, hey, you know what? You haven't heard from your son or daughter. That doesn't mean that there's something wrong. In fact, it could mean that something right happened here. It could mean that they've been put in a place where they're kind of being escorted to a safer place. Not having contact with your son or daughter can be really scary, but it seems as though you're having that issue with your kids and you know they're okay now.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, the cell phone batteries die. There can be some weird signal areas, especially now with all this activity. So that is really true, Roop. I mean, we were panicked for a minute there when we couldn't reach my son, Casey, and we had people trying to reach him from from all fronts.
Sure.
And eventually he said, guys, I'm being evacuated. I'm on the move. So, and there's a protocol to that, as you know. And unfortunately, as we know from watching what happened in Oxford, when kids or when anyone's being evacuated from a shooting scene, it's a hands up in the air, because they have to be very clear that there's no suspects within the groups of kids being evacuated, right? So it's hands in the air. And so certainly if you haven't heard from your student, I would say that don't panic. But it is, even though I know my two Michigan State kids are okay, the sickness I feel in the pit of my stomach is, it's just heart-wrenching when I think of all these other parents and of any potential victims. And not just that, but just once again, our little bubble of safety has been shattered. And this thought that these kids are finally going to college. We celebrated that this was the first so-called normal year post-COVID, where they were finally, my junior in college was finally getting to go into buildings and classrooms and feel like a college student. And here we are.
Well, it's
once
a lot.
again.
Dina, you also obviously, live nearby or have community that shares a lot of social circles with the folks out in Oxford. And when that shooting happened, it's a terrible day, still dark, still so hard to handle and look at those pictures. Your kids were friends with people who went to school there, and now this is happening at the college campus. One student I spoke with just moments ago said, this is getting closer and closer, and this is just too close. And not that you want it to happen anywhere, but this is too much for young people who are still just trying to live their lives and get you wonder how they look at the world and how they look at the world through this lens of all these tragedies that they have to keep seeing over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, the shock of, and remember that the kids are not just watching the news and seeing, perhaps, well researched and reasonable reporting. Things are flying on social media between these kids of all ages. And you're exactly right, Roop. And these high school kids and younger, unfortunately, live with a fear. They've been through drills, and they now live with this fear. And when something like this happens again, whether you have a brother and sister at Michigan State, like my high school daughter does, or not, and whether you were friends with Oxford victims, it just reopens that wound. And it is, I know it's the reality we live in right now, but it's tough. It doesn't get any easier.
Time now is 10:40. We're talking to Fox 2's Dina Centofanti. You recognize her voice, but we didn't want to be talking to her about this right now. Her two kids on campus at Michigan State University on a very dark night in East Lansing, 8:18 p.m. at Berkey Hall. Reports of shots fired. Just about 45 minutes later at IM East, the intramural building in which one of Dina's children was playing basketball inside, when all of a sudden they were told to shelter in place in the racquetball room. And then now they're being taken to safety. Multiple shootings taking place on the campus of Michigan State University. And in about 20 minutes time, we'll be hearing from law enforcement authorities, including East Lansing Police, MSU Police, and perhaps the FBI and others who are there right now to try to tell us what the latest is. Here's what we know so far. There is one person who is, go ahead. Is Dina?
She's done.
Dina's done. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I thought I heard you say Dina was back. Thank you, Dina, for your time today. And please know that we're all putting out a prayer for you and all the other moms and dads out there whose sons and daughters are on the campus of Michigan State University. As we say, a shooting on the campus of MSU happening at about 8:18 p.m. One call coming in at about 8:18 p.m. of multiple people shot inside of Berkey Hall. 20 minutes away, 45 minutes later, inside the IM East, which is the intramural building, another shooting taking place there. Multiple students hurt. Sparrow Hospital is the place where many students have been taken who have been hurt in this shooting. At this point, we are not making a confirmation on deaths because honestly, that's just not fair to any mom and dad who's watching if we haven't gotten it completely confirmed from MSU Police. What we do know right now is that there's a possibility of fatalities, but we do know that there are several people who have been hurt and taken to the hospital. Sparrow Hospital, just next door, so to speak, in the city of Lansing. Of course, they're on the East Lansing campus. And in 20 minutes, of course, Taryn, we hope to get more information from law enforcement about the numbers, how many people were shot. And also the most important thing that you're asking right now outside of that, about student injuries and fatalities, God forbid, is this question. Where is this suspect? We know that this suspect hit these 4 locations, making shots at several locations, including IM East, which is not on this map, but at some point going through Union Hall, Berkey Hall, as we say, Phillips Hall, and then Owen Hall. These are 4 locations we know that the shooter went through. And then on top of that, we're talking about IM East. This shooter, as of right now, is still on the loose on the campus of Michigan State. And that's why moms and dads like Dina and others who are watching are being told, stay where you are. Do not clutter the scene. The minute they have to take one police officer to tell someone to go away or move away, that's one fewer officer that's actually helping with the investigation. So please make sure you respect that.
We're still waiting for word to see if the suspect, the shooter, has been caught yet. You heard Dina say this is an enormous campus, Michigan State University, and on and off campus, where there are plenty of places for this individual to go. So with multiple police agencies on scene, hopefully it's just a matter of time before police are able to track this individual down. Now, right now, I do want to say that residents, students, again, shelter in place. Everything is canceled for the next 48 hours, including athletics, classes, campus-related activities. We're also hearing, and this is what we know at this point, any victim taken to Sparrow Hospital, but school officials, they do say that what areas have been cleared: Brody, Snyder Phillips, Berkey, Landon, I'm sorry, the IM East, and that's good. Cleared and secured at this point. Unfortunately, though, we are hearing that there are multiple victims, and but again, everybody is asked to just shelter in place till this individual is caught, because he is considered armed and dangerous.
Berkey Hall is a residence hall as well, by the way. I know that's where a lot of the sociology stuff happens, but it is a residence hall in which that shooting first took place at 8:18 p.m. Let's get on the phone right now with an MSU student who's in the middle of all of this right now, Tim Grice. And Tim,
Holy fuck. Do you guys want to listen to the scanner? Because I have it pulled. If you guys
Sam Hyde is not involved in this, though, but I'm just telling you guys. That's
what?
Yeah, someone says, please Google Sam Hyde. He's not the pew pew. Yeah, no, Sam Hyde is not the pew pew, the shooter. A lot of people like to make horrible jokes, because Sam Hyde's like an entertainer. He's like literally was on Cartoon Network, and every time some people try to put his face with the shooter.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, okay.
So yeah, whoever is doing that, I think that's what they're referring to. They did that with the top shooter. They tried to put Sam Hyde in the top shooter situation as a messed up joke.
No, guys, chat. We're not saying this is the shooters. We're just saying that was what someone in the chat said.
Yeah, there's some people that actually make jokes about it and put Sam Hyde as like the image and face sometimes. So maybe I think that's what they're referring to. Like someone's doing that.
Yeah.
What is this image of? Like they say, it looks like.
Can you clear at Holmes? It was 511 that we're going to.
Yep, room 511 at Holmes Hall East.
For the STEM building.
Can y'all hear this?
Yes.
For units, we're also receiving information for a black pickup truck and a small sedan on Birch that keeps driving by slowly. RDF 5.
Be advised on the VNE 2311 North High Street. Golden Palo crashed in the building here. Ended up leaving with some items out of the house.
RDF 5, we found our female medical. We brought her out to the south side of the STEM building. We do not have a medic here for her. If we can get one started her way. And we're going to start evacuating all these classrooms that are barricaded with students inside.
Okay.
1635.
Go ahead.
We're at Bessie Hall. We have approximately 50 students. Do we have a point where we can send them yet, or are we holding them in place?
They need it back for that? Or do you have units downtown?
Yeah, I have nobody. Everybody's at MSC right now. If you would be able to go out there, that'd be awesome. It's 2311 North High Street, Golden Palo occupied by...
Fair enough.
I have a video of them coming out of the building with us. Item. Respond for an asthma attack at STEM. Scene is secure.
Okay. We'll check and advise.
I really appreciate you guys. Sir, westbound from River. Victor, westbound from River, they see 2 white males with weapons. There's a 1-minute delay.
Did anyone acknowledge my last traffic?
RTF 18, have it clear. We're headed back.
Copy, yeah, it's clear.
Yes, I'm checking with Unified Command.
Thank you.
RTF 17, we have an open door at IM West.
Copy, open door, I am left.
617.
617.
Just got information over in the landing cafeteria that there are some people up on the 3rd floor of the union that are waiting to be escorted out. If the building clearing team will try to get a more exact location.
Copy. Any team at the union, were you clear on that 3rd floor? There's a group of people still locked down in a room, unknown room number this time.
RTF 17, I'm West secured.
Copy. Are there any units at Roy Hall?
Oh my gosh.
This is fucking sad, man.
So
Horrible.
there's been conflicting, like I see, like there's a photo spreading around on Twitter for some reason. Was that debunked or is that confirmed?
I just sent that to Queen. I was just looking at that on Twitter too, D-Tim, with
Yeah,
the 3 people.
Yeah, that's PD. You can tell with the hard hats. That's what I see, hard hats on top of them. But
Maybe
yeah,
that's like tactical. Like,
yeah, I thought.
They don't.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like I don't know who they are, but this is what's floating around. I don't know what the hell
On
that is.
Twitter. Yeah.
And also, how did they were able to confirm that on the radio that this guy was the suspect that you named, the picture you showed earlier? I don't want to really mention his name multiple times because I'm not.
I don't know. It doesn't say. I was like, I was looking for that too.
I've heard that.
I mean, they have a description of him, right? So.
Well, originally they said it was a black male, didn't they? A short black male, and then now someone's saying on social media this guy
You
made
know that
threats.
we thank you for joining us under these really.
You can keep on going, Quinn.
No, it's okay. I thought the volume was off. I'm sorry. It's okay. I'll just let it play through for a minute because we're late. And I mean, like this is, you know what I'm saying? I have to speed it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of this is about a violent person. Yeah, there's a lot of these tweets coming in. I just like whenever I see a name like this guy's name, I just want to make sure, like, where did that original source come from? I guess they heard it from the call, but I'd like to know: did anyone get the time, or has a recording of it?
Came across an article that let me just go backwards here.
Okay, so it says 911 says it was confirmed that this is the guy called. All right. Well, I'm gonna trust but verify that because I don't know. I don't want to like really. This guy could be just some rando that someone just basically misheard and found his face, and now he's going to be accused of something. So waiting till the cops.
They're seeking a short male with a mask in connection with reported shootings, is what I'm seeing for 32 minutes ago.
Okay, so it was on the scanner earlier. Okay, so you heard it, Johnson. Okay, cool. Thanks. I just want to make sure. I just don't want to I get very iffy about this because there's no concrete information, and I don't want to accidentally do a JLR and accuse a random person of
And then I think he posted on social media too, right?
Speaking of that, did you guys see who stole our JLR missing blinks? picture and put it on a coffee mug?
Who?
I'm gonna guess.
Bull fucking bet.
Oh God.
Well, I mean, I guess that shows they're friends, I guess. Oh my God. I mean, like those forest areas that this guy attacked, they look pretty far away from each other. Like, how was he able to travel
Yeah.
undetected
showed
through those areas?
Yeah, they showed like 12 locations that he went to. Like, but they're like a third a mile apart. You know, like from one, like from the Union to probably like a dorm, you know.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. He went to like there's like a list of like 12 different places that he.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing. I guess we'll find out.
Because
Hopefully
it's
there's
active, I guess. You never know. You know, when things are active like this, it's like things are kind of coming in and it's hard to verify. You know what I mean? Like you're saying, where is that original source? It's like, it's hard when it's breaking, you know?
And multiple scanners coming across. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Multiple. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
At least one person dead and multiple injured, it says.
yeah, fuck. I'm hoping there's just one. I mean, one guy, because some people are saying there's a possibility of three, but I don't know if that's like someone just took a picture of maybe some people in law enforcement or
Yeah.
someone. You know what I mean? I don't know what that picture comes from.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of confusion right now because a lot of scared people are making multiple calls and recording multiple things. So I think there's a lot of too much information. Let me see my friend and professor there.
Shooter's wearing a mask. FBI and ATF are responding, it says.
Well, I'm glad, Mel, that they're safe. Possibility
Well,
three.
they're supposed to have a press conference at what, 10 o'clock? So like 10
12.
minutes, I think. Oh, is it 12?
Yeah.
I mean, 11. Your
Okay,
time, I'm thinking,
there's going
I
to
was
be a
doing the
press
math
conference
wrong.
for about an hour.
I have a feeling
5
that
minutes.
I
think,
have
right?
a feeling there's a possibility. It's saying that some people are saying that 3 shooters based on that photo. I don't know that, you know, who
People are saying possible 3 shooters. Yeah, because of that photo, I think, you know.
Yeah.
This is how
Looking at-
misinformation gets started, by like somebody taking a picture like that, and who knows what that, like you said, it could be 3 shooters, but why would they all be together? It might be 3 people like looking, you know, like 3 police, who knows, or if ATF and FBI are both there, who knows?
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, maybe it's just all hands on deck and they just came kind of casual clothes or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, could be. Yep.
And I'll keep hearing the dad from Ivaldi who said, my kid's dead and we'll have a few weeks of discussion about how to fix this and be right back here in a few months at another one. Sadly, that's true. Yeah, I'm sorry, you know, jeez. The other one had called 3 men in a car driving slow. Yeah, but that's 3 men in a car driving slow. Hopefully they investigate that. There was one shooter, someone called 911 and said they left explosives in several buildings around the campus. Shots. Okay, explosives went off at the same time. Yeah.
If that's the case, this is a well thought out.
Yeah, but they got to realize, Boston, that could be a lot of scared people just calling in, and there's a lot of people. When you have too much calls in, there's probably some truth to it, but there's probably some information because you got the police running around, you got scanners, you got scared kids, you got scared professors. So this is like a deluge of just a lot of people.
Everybody's on high alert and just.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying before. Everybody's calling in from different.
Yeah, it's chaos. It's absolute chaos. There's people saying there's 3 suspects. There's people saying there's one guy. What people are saying he's a white guy. What people are saying he's a black guy. I mean, it's just no one knows what the hell's going on at this point. So.
That picture, I mean, they're just walking down the sidewalk there. I would assume they would try to do it more, a little bit more. It's just assumption, like more.
I mean, there was literally a forum created in less than I looked at a forum that was created in less than an hour, and it has 6 pages worth so far,
Jeez.
like 6. So that's how this information really spreads. Someone that was familiar with the campus. I mean, like, there's a possibility, but the thing is, I always get a little worried with that guy. You know what I mean? Number one, it could be that guy, right? It could be that guy's name, or it could be the guy with the same name, and someone pulled it up. So we just never know. That's why I'm a little iffy about that with the face. But if they actually have him saying like he made threats, because I read what he posted, and it did not look like something you should be saying when you go into a campus. But this is really shocking. Hi, Heels. How you doing?
And, Mr. L said the photo going. This is just a wedge. We were just reading out some in the chat, guys. The photo going around social media is of Logo Dadulus, not the Michigan State University shooter. Okay.
Wait. Where did you read that?
It's Mr. LOL. It's up a little bit, right above, well, 5 messages above.
Yeah, they're wrong. On Mr. LOL?
Yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 above Queen's message when she said we did too, Hipporium.
Oh, that's a while back. You posted?
Run! We have the scanner going too. Do you guys want me to flip it on? Because I still have it. It's still playing in the background. So do you want me to pop it up, or
Yeah,
I mean,
the
it's
photos
up to
going
y'all.
around on social media is of Longo Douglas, the YouTuber. Okay, wait. Before you do that, I just want to confirm something. Give me a second.
Now they're saying that this guy that's pictures going around, that it's like not the right person.
Let me see the image.
That it's like some other guy, and he's is not even doesn't even live there.
Oh,
the photo
fuck.
that it's like a fake photo that's going around. I mean, I'm looking at it on Twitter. Like, I could send it to you.
Yeah.
You're sick.
Yeah. I'm looking at Queen. I would probably address this.
What is it? Sorry about the what?
That picture you showed of that guy.
On that tweet.
Yeah,
on Twitter. Yeah. What was it? What's up?
I think it's fake.
It's
Yeah.
fake. It's absolutely fake.
It's like a different guy, and
It's a
I just put
different
in
guy.
the back chat.
Yeah,
oh, well,
you
that's
saw it
good to
too.
know. I mean,
Me too.
that's good to know.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
absolutely.
what this happens with these things. It comes out, and like people
Thank
are just.
you.
I hope
Thank you, LOL.
that tweet, because there's a lot of people sharing it and resharing it. And yeah,
that's a fake. So this is what I was afraid of when you showed that. I was like, oh, how have we confirmed the face? And
that's why I showed the tweet that had already been shared a shit ton of times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not, you know what I mean?
So
anything that, you know.
Yeah, so I would definitely tell people that is not the shooter.
Yeah, the guy's like, I'm in Western Massachusetts reading a book with my wife, and people are spreading this picture of me.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's
if
fucked
you
up.
see
That is
literally
foul
anybody
hell.
spreading this shit, please get them to delete it. I don't
please.
ask for much, and I have to be.
Yeah, please stop. I hopefully other channels have caught on to it as well. And
yeah, report it if you guys see it. I sure the fuck just did. Fuck that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think
somebody just like grabbed his photo. Could you believe that? And just
they grabbed
it.
they grabbed the younger version. They grabbed the younger version of him.
People are crazy. I mean, we see this all the time now, I guess, but it's ridiculous when it's something like this, to like just give them a different name and use somebody else's picture.
Yeah, well, they do that. They did that with the top shooter. They put Sam Hyde as like with they were claiming Sam Hyde was in it.
Oh yeah. Oh, you said like they do that with him with a lot of shooting.
Yeah, so that guy with the razor blade with the glasses is not the shooter. That is just someone with a sick joke that thought it was funny to spread that as the shooter.
Fucking disgusting.
All right, let's listen to this.
Just trying to, figure out exactly where they're going, what they're doing, but they're to report back or saying that it was a little chaotic. They were taken out of certain buildings. For instance, inside of the IM East, they were removed from that building, told to come with law enforcement who are armed. And the press conference, I believe, is starting right now. Take a listen. I believe they're actually testing the microphone.
Provide you with the most accurate and updated information. We will not be taking questions at this time, but we will provide another update in an hour. So at midnight, same time, same spot, we will be giving you an additional update. Rozman is spelled Rozman.
So we are very saddened to report that there has been an incident on the campus of Michigan State University. There has been shots fired and a shooting in multiple locations near campus. Please understand that the information that we're sharing right now is preliminary. Our priority right now is the safety of our students and our campus. The information that we're sharing may change, but we are going to be as transparent as we can and share as much information as we can. But that information may change as it's preliminary. This incident started this evening around 8:18 p.m. at Berkey Hall on campus. We received multiple 911 calls of a shooting inside Berkey Hall. Numerous officers responded. We were quickly on scene within minutes. And there we did locate several victims of a shooting. The incident did move to a building in close proximity, the Michigan State University Union building, where there was another report of a shooting immediately following the first incident. Police and emergency responders acted quickly. We tended to the victims at both of those scenes, and there was an overwhelming law enforcement response to campus to help with this situation. I can confirm that there were at least 5 victims. All 5 victims were transported to the hospital. Some of those victims do have life-threatening injuries. The suspect in this incident, and we believe there to be one suspect, was last seen leaving the MSU Union on foot out of the north side of that building. We are just receiving surveillance footage of that suspect that we will be releasing shortly. Initial information is that the suspect is a black male, shorter in stature, wearing red shoes, a jean jacket, and a ball cap. And we will follow up with additional descriptors of that suspect. Community members on and off campus should remain sheltered in place. We immediately launched our emergency notification system and advised the entire MSU campus to shelter in place as this suspect is still outstanding. For people on campus, please do not come to campus. I can't say that enough. For parents, we understand. I can only imagine the emotion that's involved right now. It's going to help us, and it's going to help our response, and it's going to help us identify the shooter, the less people that are on campus at this point. Please do not come to campus. We are doing everything we can to ensure the safety of our campus and all of our students. We currently have hundreds of police officers and law enforcement officials, state, local, and federal, on campus working in a coordinated effort to ensure the safety of campus and identify and apprehend the suspect. All campus activities will be canceled for the next 48 hours, including sporting events, classes, and all campus-related activities. Please follow our Twitter page for updates. We are sharing live updates at that location. I can't stress this enough. You're probably hearing a lot of information and misinformation right now from social media, the scanner, calls that we're receiving that are not accurate. We strongly encourage you to follow the accurate information source, and we will continue to provide as many updates and accurate updates as we can. There has been false reports of additional shootings. There has been false reports of the suspect seen in numerous different locations. Those reports are not accurate. Please follow us for accurate information. As I said, we're very early on in this investigation. It remains ongoing, and we are going to continue to meet back here and provide updates on the hour. We wanted to provide as much accurate information as possible right now, and we will continue to do that moving forward. As I said, information is very preliminary at this point, and we are working very hard to gather that information, to accurately get it out to our community, to students, to parents, and to everybody who needs that information. Please know that the safety and security of this campus and our students is our absolute priority at this point. We will meet back here at midnight for an additional update. We will push out some information, including a photograph of the suspect that we just obtained immediately following this briefing. Thank you, and we'll see you back here in an hour.
You all are welcome to be here.
Guys, Michigan State Police with the news conference just wrapping up, saying that a photo is coming soon of this suspect. We know that 5 people have been shot on the campus of Michigan State.
And we want to now, we have some official word about what actually happens. We want to walk you through the specifics coming from police. Of course, they did say this is preliminary information, but we do know, as we reported at Berkey Hall at 8:18, there was multiple 911 calls that came in because there was a shooting inside Berkey Hall. There were multiple victims. Police say the suspect then moved to the Union and opened fire inside Hall. Others shot as well. There's a total of 5 victims with life-threatening injuries. They were taken to the hospital. He said there was, quote, an overwhelming police presence that responded to both scenes, the 5 victims, and transporting them to the hospital. That suspect was last seen at the MSU Union, left on the north side on foot, and they have been working to track down this individual ever since. They do have surveillance video, as Roop mentioned. They are working to get that out, but this is the brief description that we know at this point. This was an individual, short in stature. They said a black man with red shoes, a red jacket, or jean jacket rather, and a ball cap, and that he is armed and he's dangerous. They are working to track him down as we speak. They also went on to say that please don't pay attention to there have been many reports, Roop, of multiple areas where these shootings have taken place. At this point, we know that it's just the Union he had mentioned and Berkey Hall.
That's right, and we should stress that right now the students that are on campus are being held in safe places right now. On the phone with us right now is a young man named Perry. He's inside of Brody Hall. Perry, we just got a briefing from the police, and we'll repeat it for those who are watching and also for you on the phone, that they believe that 5 people were shot on the campus of Michigan State University, some in critical condition at Berkey Hall and also Union as well. They have a suspect picture that they're going to be releasing very soon of a young man who's short in stature, red shoes, jeans, and a ball cap, appears to be a black male. This is what we know so far. You're inside of Brody Hall, Perry. What is it that you're being told? And tell us what happened tonight as this unfolded in your experience.
Well, right now we're on lockdown here. We're being told to stay in our dorms. We have the doors locked. We're told that door access is not available right now, so people cannot get into the dorms unless they're police escorted. And we're told that one of the suspects wearing a white hoodie has been walking around and is just past near Armstrong Hall. So the suspects are still at large, and we don't really know where they are right now. So we're just hanging low here and staying in our dorms.
Well, just so you know, and if you can spread the word over there at Brody Hall, because when young people look, as you know, Perry, and I don't want to be the old guy in the room saying this, but look just at social media and those police scanners, you hear a lot of reports that aren't true. But what we do know is true right now is that there is one suspect. That one suspect was last seen leaving Union Hall. And that happened after another shooting at Union Hall, wearing red shoes, jeans, a ball cap, short in stature. And that is something that we want to make sure that you can tell your friends at Brody Hall, that some of the scanner traffic, some of these tweets, they're all over the place. And we got to make sure that we're giving good information out there. This just came from Michigan State Police. 5 people shot, some in critical condition. What happened initially when where were you at 8:18 p.m. and what did you hear and how did you know what was going on?
At 8:18 p.m., I was in my car initially, and I got a report via Outlook email that there was a suspected shooter. So then I went up to my dormitory to take shelter.
And when you got there, were you told, I know you were getting text messages, what were some of those text messages? What did they tell you? And what did some of the students tell you? Were they worried initially, or was there a general sense of calm that it wasn't happening right in your dorm?
Well, in the beginning, we actually thought it might have been a false alarm, but later on, we got 2 more reports that there were shots fired. And then we were quite confident that it was real. Of course, it was happening on the other end of campus, so we thought that we were probably safe. But we got a lot of reports. Most of them were probably false reports that they were nearby. And from then on, we were very much on edge.
I'll tell you, Perry, I know that as soon as something like this happens, however large that campus seems at first, becomes a pretty tight, small community. So clearly this is something that affected people so much so. Even if the building where this happened was across the other way of campus, when you know someone's out there on the loose, it can really be scary, can't it?
Yeah, it can.
Well,
we were all very scared. The general sentiment here is one that's of fright, I would say, generally. We're all pretty scared here.
Just know that we're all thinking of you, and please know that we're all praying for safety, and we hope that at some point in this night, that person will be caught. And when that person is caught, you can try your best to resume this day, this night, in a way that at least allows you to have some solace in knowing that the campus is safe. We thank you for joining us today, Perry.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
All right, and we understand it, and as we have reported, victims have been taken to the Sparrow Hospital, which is located in Lansing. We know that there are 5 that have been wounded with life-threatening injuries, according to police. That's where we're going to join now Randy Wimbley. He's standing by at Sparrow Hospital with the very latest. Randy, what else can you tell us at this point?
Hey guys, the media relations director here at Sparrow Hospital just told us that they do in fact have 5 people who were transported here after the shootings at MSU. He would not elaborate on their conditions or how they're doing at the moment, but as we heard from MSU PD just a few moments ago, they had life-threatening injuries, but the hospital is not commenting on the status and the conditions of those victims right now, or if they are expecting more victims to be brought in after this shooting. 5 people were hurt. The suspect still very much at large. The media relations director here at Sparrow said that he would come back out and give us some more information, but no word, nothing of a more formal briefing, if you will. But again, 5 victims were taken here to Sparrow Hospital, according to MSUPD, life-threatening injuries. The suspect, as you mentioned, as you guys know, still at large.
All right, Randy Wimbley for us live. Randy, when you take a look at the scene right now behind you, you have a lot of media from all over the place converging. 5 people shot. We understand. I know the Sparrow folks aren't telling you the conditions, but law enforcement say some critical. It just breaks your heart because these are young people who are caring about their day today, caring about their evening.
And that's exactly right. No one thought that when they woke up this morning, something like this would occur. And so everyone here just still sort of wrapping their heads around the horrific tragedy that unfolded earlier this evening and sort of coming to terms with it as we are as well. 5 people injured. Their condition or their injuries severe, according to MSU PD.
Randy Wembley for us live. We'll be checking in with you again just in a few moments here. But by the way, the next update is coming up at midnight in less than an hour here. So stay tuned for that here on Fox 2.
And right now, though, we're going to talk to Jessica Dubnak. She was in live inside that press conference, and she's joining us now with the details. Jessica.
Yeah, hi. We are at what is being called a safe space here on campus where all the media is gathering. Just wrapped up there talking to the MSU Deputy Chief Chris Rosman. He got up to the microphone and immediately broke down in tears, trying to hold it together, calling this a sad day here in East Lansing. So a little recap I know we've been giving you, but if you're just kind of tuning in here, 8:18 is when the first shots were fired over at Berkey Hall on campus. Police immediately responded there. Then there were reports shortly after nearby the MSU Union. Right now, police are confirming 5 injured, as you heard from my colleague there, Randy. They have been taken to Sparrow Hospital. Let's take a listen into the deputy chief and what he had to say about those victims.
I can confirm that there were at least 5 victims. All 5 victims were transported to the hospital. Some of those victims do have life-threatening injuries. The suspect in this incident, and we believe there to be one suspect, was last seen leaving the MSU Union on foot out of the north side of that building. We are just receiving surveillance footage of that suspect that we will be releasing shortly. Initial information is that the suspect is a black male, shorter in stature, wearing red shoes, a jean jacket, and a ball cap. And we will follow up with additional descriptors of that suspect.
Right now, there's literally hundreds of law enforcement officers sprawled across campus, and they are looking for that shooter who is still on the loose right now. Students, as we've been hearing throughout the night, still being asked to shelter in place. I talked to a student earlier who is at Hubbard Hall. He had the dresser in front of his doorway, and all the lights were off, and really just trying to distract himself, keeping in touch with family and friends. Speaking of that, parents are being asked not to come to campus, although on the way here, a lot of heavy traffic on 96, meaning a lot of parents are heading to MSU, but police are asking that parents refrain from coming to campus. They have a job to do, and of utmost importance right now is making sure they get that suspect in custody. Again, a vague description is a shorter black male with red shoes, a jean jacket, and a ball cap. Last seen leaving the second scene at the MSU Union, heading north on foot. But again, students sheltering in place. We are expected to get another briefing from the chief here, deputy chief, in a little while at midnight, and in between now and then hopefully getting a picture of the suspect. We're told there is video of that suspect. They'll be grabbing a still image, and we will of course put it out to you as soon as we can, because at this point, regardless of how many officers are out here, it's definitely going to take community tips and that kind of thing to really put this man in custody and give folks some sense of peace. Send it back to you guys for now.
Jessica, when you hear the description, and by the way, we're about to get that picture on TV in just a few moments here, but you hear about the picture, jean jacket, you hear, red shoes, a ball cap. At some point here, someone's going to see this guy. Someone saw this guy already, and it's just a matter of time. You've covered the police beat for years. It's going to take people who have to call the tip line right away, right? Jessica, I think we lost Jessica there, but it's going to take that effort to get people who are on campus who may have seen this person, or anybody who understands that this person may be somewhere. They should call police immediately.
And right now we're getting a look ourselves. We're going to put it out to you as soon as possible, just in moments, really, of this suspect. They were able to get video of this individual. It looks like he's walking in a hallway of one campus, wearing a cap, a navy cap, a tan rim on that cap, a jean jacket, dark colored pants, and red shoes. Now, when they talked about a mask, it appears that it was just covering his mouth, and then you can see the upper side of his face. the individual's face. That is on there as well.
You can see something in the picture that we'll show you in just a few moments here. We're literally just about a minute away or so, I hope, to get this picture on TV. But when you see the picture, you'll see he's holding something that appears to be a weapon. But of course, that's up to law enforcement to determine. It's a bit blurry. But as you say, the jean jacket, the red shoes, the ball cap, pretty clear when you look at the picture. Once it starts going viral and being shared on campus, if someone saw something, someone saw this guy running somewhere, listen, it may not be right there on campus anymore, but perhaps somewhere in the Lansing, East Lansing area, that's where it's going to really be useful to have this picture out there for those folks who are on social media. Go to the MSU Police Twitter site, find that picture and retweet it.
Okay, and thanks for being with us here on Live Now from Fox. Our team at Fox 2 in Detroit is doing a really good job of recapping everything that we know so far. I'm Lexi Petrovich. Thanks for being with us here as we cover this breaking news out of East Lansing, Michigan State University. You just heard our team at Fox 2 talking about that suspect picture. We now have it. I want to pull it up here as we heard from police just moments ago talking about what we know regarding this shooting so far. You can see in this photo here what the suspect looks like as he is still on the loose right now. So police describe him as a black male, shorter in stature, red shoes, jean jacket. He was wearing a baseball cap that's navy with a lighter brim. So that is the image there. A little bit of a better look at his shoes as well as we remove the banner there for you to get a good look at the suspect. And we heard them recapping a little bit about what we know so far as well, but also just want to go through it again in case you are just joining us as we're following this breaking news out of East Lansing. We know that 5 people have been transported to a hospital following this shooting, the shooting that happened at multiple locations throughout Michigan State University's campus. Police saying that some of the victims are in life-threatening condition. Police acted quickly. They said they got to the scene within minutes. They tended to victims at both of the scenes that they were called to, and that there's one suspect. They say there's a lot of misinformation going on right now, a lot of rumors circulating on social media, but they want people to just follow what they're saying, any information that they're confirming, and that is that they are looking for one suspect. Again, that image here as we pull it up again, of what the suspect is wearing as that suspect.
Look at his red shoes.
Yeah. And guys, in the chat, I mean,
somebody's got their feet.
Hold on, let me check mine.
Is it me?
Yeah, I know what you. No, it's gonna say it's probably Boston.
Me right now.
It's done. It's gone.
So, guys in the chat, I mean, I don't know if you guys should be saying, is it face paint? Black people
What?
don't usually do it. Yeah, black people don't
No,
usually. It's I don't, guys. I mean,
there's like a better picture of him. Like it looks
can I
like
tell
it's like a gauzy kind of face mask. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
Miss Lovey says it's normally not a black person who does this. Guys, come on.
What's going on? I just came back. What's up? Nick?
I mean, we got people in the chat
What
saying.
what are you talking about? There's normally what now?
We got someone in the chat saying this. It's normally not a black person that does this. I mean,
well, I mean, most of the fucking school, they're white, fucking weird dudes looking like fucking. You know what I'm saying?
If you missed, there was
that is true. Shit.
Yeah, but there's also been, for instance, the N train line shooter, the mass shooter in the N train in Brooklyn.
Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't happen at all, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, normally they look like, you know.
I'm
we got
just
people in the chat saying, "What is it? Is it not black face paint and shit?" I mean,
No. 'Cause
Listen,
I saw
guys,
like a better
No, the
photo.
police would not. The FBI would not put out that he's
Yeah.
a black man if he wasn't. Like,
Yeah, and also the misinformation has actually kind of pissed me off because I was so fucking annoyed that there's some asshole out there that literally took a face of a guy that they didn't like from like social media and put.
Yeah, I'm
like,
gonna edit that out of here because I don't even want that on my screen.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna edit that right out of my stream.
Yeah, because I was I'm just like really, and then like people are making false reports about explosives, and people are you know what I mean, and then it's just the misinformation is getting me really annoyed actually, because there's a person who's dead, and people are making this a fucking joke, and it's not a fucking joke.
I'm seeing LOLs in the chat. Come on, guys, have compassion.
What do you mean LOLs? Where are you seeing these LOLs?
Freaking, you want me to grab them? Hold on.
I don't see.
It's all the way up. I've been looking for freaking minutes now.
That's the name of the person, LOL.
No. Trust me.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a fucking person's alive.
Face paint, LOL. You know what I mean? Come on, guys.
Yeah, but you know what? Then just like if they're making LOL, then just ban them or something.
Yeah, they're probably saying face paint, LOL. Like, yeah, really? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, probably. Yeah, face paint,
that's
LOL.
what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
As well.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Face paint, LOL. They're laughing at the stupidity of a face paint. I don't know. It's just it gets me very annoyed because people are trying to make this a joke, and they do this with every single freaking shooting. They make like the top shooter was bad. They put like I mean it's just disgusting. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
People are dead and injured, and and then this people have to make things even worse by it. Just disgusting. It's fucking unbelievable. This poor, you know what I mean? And I think the problem is the scanner radio is like there's a lot of people just listening to it and
jumping on it.
Yeah, and they don't even know half of what they're saying or what's going on, but they jump on it. I get what you mean. Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a Twitter. I don't use Twitter. I don't use TikTok. I don't use Instagram. I don't use that stuff.
Elon owns Twitter now, so there's no way Tim's going to be on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't have Twitter. I don't even have photos of myself online, to be honest with you. So everyone is getting desensitized because it's kind of thing that happens so often. Yeah, unfortunately, it does happen too often. And people are, and then you got some asshole making jokes about it, putting faces about it. It's just fucking disgusting.
Yeah, that poor guy's like reading a book, and his phone must have blew up.
I mean, and you got someone who thought it was funny to just like try to do an own on him. It's like, come on.
But just take a random photo like that, or just crazy. People are just nuts.
I'm just glad Mr. LOL caught it. It was a very good move by him. And Nick caught it again.
I was looking at Twitter, and then while you were saying that, I was looking at that too, because it started to like Twitter is like when there's an earthquake or when there's something like this, like everything starts to hit at once.
These poor kids, man. These poor kids. And I call them kids. I mean, they're young adults, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, they're young. Mm-hmm.
Names of shooters, and that's the thing. Like, and then it just spreads like that, and
yeah, especially at the beginning when it's like fluid.
Yeah. These poor kids.
Yeah, and they're telling like parents like not to go there, and I'm sure they want to go there.
They can't go there because they're going to cause chaos.
Of course. But imagine being like one of their parents.
I get that. I mean, like it's just it's not the same.
I get it. Yeah. It's a tough one.
It's not the same as the Uvalde situation where literally the cops are standing outside and let everyone get killed in the classroom while they were too cowardly to run in. This is just the cops are there, but they need to organize. They need to do a search.
It's a bigger campus too than
Yeah, and they need to do a search by search room for the suspects. Because,
I mean, he has those red shoes.
Well, how many people look at shoes? Just like
I know. I mean, just easy to spot. You know what I mean? Just those shoes would be kind of easy to.
Yeah. Poor.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm hoping they find this piece of shit.
It's all like in lockdown. It said.
Yeah, it's definitely.
They're going like each to secure each place.
Yeah.
They're going from building to building. It must be a big university, I would think.
Oh no, this girl's saying right now.
What?
There's a girl right there. What was she saying?
Red lips. I don't know, but yeah, she's probably saying that she's probably. I mean, I could get the general gist that she's probably shocked and she's dealing with this fucking horrible situation. ATF is there. NSC campus on north side is safe. Okay, cool. I just don't understand these people, like why they do these mass shootings. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand this thought process. You know,
Yeah.
you target people that have nothing to do with your problems in life. You target people that just are trying just to get by in this tough world, just for because you're angry.
Do you think there's a chance that he might he had a big jacket on there and whatnot, try to change outfit or what? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, but that would be pure speculation.
no, I'm asking you a question. Do you think he would try to do that?
I don't know. I'd be pure speculation. I don't know. I don't. I'm not in the mind of a shooter. I don't know what he would do. I would probably just like not shoot, and think about that. But
A lot of times they take their own lives, with mass shooters. It's just known that that's what they do, right? Like, I forget the percentage, but it's pretty high.
yeah, I mean, but sometimes they think they get away with it. You know what I mean? So sometimes they do that. But we'll see. Wouldn't it hurt to check parking lots as well? Could be hiding in the vacant unlocked car. There's a possibility, actually. That one is actually a good possibility, lol. That would be actually what that
Hell yeah, just to go hop in a car and sit there, pop the seat back and lay back for a minute. Shit.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly probably that would be a very good idea.
I bet you he's gone right now. I mean, he's probably not anywhere even in the vicinity. He's probably gone.
Unfortunately, I think you might be right.
I'll play this for a minute so we can hear them talking.
Just kind of knowing what the way society is nowadays. Unfortunately, you're like, it's not a bad accident, it's something else. And my heart goes out to, I was fortunate enough to be right here, and I flipped around and said, hey, I'm just going to grab the ones that I can't. My one son can't get back to his place because it's kind of right there at off of Grand River. So we're going to put him up in the hotel tonight, and then my other one is still in one of the dorms. I'd like to be able to get him, but he's safe and he's okay. The lights are off inside his hall, his doors barricaded. But my heart goes out to obviously the families and the parents that can't be with their kids up here at Michigan State.
Tom, those conversations with your boy that's in Hubbard right now, what are you telling him? What do you say in this situation?
Well, no parent wants to do it, obviously, but it's, be safe, keep your head down, shut the lights off, just stay calm. Diversion, listen to your iPad or iPod, put your headphones on, do something, try not to think about it. But obviously he's sending photos and pictures of kids running across campus, and the one thing there is a ton of rumors, and until we actually have the facts, that's what creates kind of the panic and the emotions, and that's the terrible part of things like this. Unfortunately, there were some pictures circulating around. Hopefully they're not true, but I fear they are. So
the fact that he hasn't been brought into custody at this point, he or whoever the shooters are, I mean, that's alarming. That has to be alarming for you. You're sitting here safe, but you're just thinking, I'm sure, what's going on a few miles away.
Yeah, and I praise the law enforcement so many times. They're on the other end of what's happening in society, but these are the times you need those men and women that'll come out and actually go after somebody like this to keep our children safe and your children safe. So I just hope that the law enforcement, I know I heard the U.S. Marshals were coming in. I know there's helicopters we can see coming around. I mean, a lot of reports. I just hope that everything happens tonight, and life gets back to what kind of normal there can be over the next couple days up here in Lansing, in East Lansing.
We hear it all the time. The school now part of an awful club that you do not want to be a part of.
Yeah, and again, my heart goes out to, the Michigan State community, those parents that have kids up there. Hopefully everybody is talking to kids. I know they're, from just listening to people, were some holding areas where they were bringing survivors and they were bringing witnesses. So, but it seemed like a very calculated event tonight, which is so unfortunate. so unfortunate.
You guys staying put in Okemos at the hotel here?
Yeah, I mean, I'll stay here and get a few rooms at a couple for. I have a lot of friends that are calling me that their kids are going. There's a group of kids from high school that went up here, and I just said I'm around, but I don't think I'll be able to get to them because they're locked in their dorm rooms, obviously. But just the minute I can, if they need me to, we'll got a big car. We'll bring them back, and they'll need a lot of hugs.
It's just terrifying to hear from all of these people who have loved ones on campus, students there, all of these horrifying moments that they have been dealing with as police continue to search for this suspect. I think one of the most devastating things that I've seen on Twitter so far has been a student who was standing in an area where they were holding students off wearing an Oxford Strong sweatshirt. And it's just terrifying to know that some of these students who went through a mass shooting not that long ago in Michigan, in Oxford, Michigan, are now students at Michigan State University going through this all over again. It's just incredibly scary. And we've been talking between our Fox 2 team and our team here at Live Now from Fox. We've been talking to students on Michigan State University's campus as well. I've been in contact with one who has been hiding in a classroom with other students and a professor, talking with her, saying that two of her classmates that she was with were in the Union, not far from where that initial report of shots fired came in at Berkey Hall, saying that everyone is just in shock, terrified. I mean, it's exactly what you would expect if you were, God forbid, in that type of situation. So we are constantly in contact with students as they are still hiding out, still waiting for an update from police, as police have been reminding people to remain sheltered in place. Let's listen to another MSU alum who spoke with Fox 2 Detroit on what they had to say.
Right now is just fear. My roommates and I have secured our whole apartment right now. But today's the anniversary of the Stoneman Douglas High School shooting. So it's kind of just bringing me back to where I was from there. I was just talking with my manager recently that it feels like it's getting closer and closer in. And it's too close. It's too close right now. I'm fearing right now. I don't know what's going on. Nobody knows what's going on. I have a friend who was going from his resident hall to go study with some friends on the other side of campus. I'm texting him right now. He's sheltering in place in one of the cafeterias.
And he just touched on it there too, a reminder that tomorrow marks the 5-year anniversary since the mass shooting at in Parkland, Florida, where 17 people were killed, 17 others injured at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. So these occurrences are becoming, unfortunately, all too common as we're continuing to follow this yet again, another breaking news mass shooting story, this time out of East Lansing, Michigan, on Michigan State University's campus. Pull up this picture again of the suspect that police are still searching for. They described him as a black male, shorter, wearing a jean jacket, as you can see here, with red shoes. He's wearing a ball cap, and he is armed and dangerous. That's why they are telling everyone to remain sheltering in place. At least 5 victims taken to the hospital. Police responding to the scene within minutes, providing that first update that we just got at 11 o'clock Eastern time, expecting that next update in less than 30 minutes at midnight Eastern time. So we'll bring that to you as soon as that feed comes in here. We're also getting some live looks here. This is a live look outside of the hospital. We have our cameras rolling there. We also have a live look here at a police presence at another part on campus here. And just continuing to follow any news that's coming out of this. You could even hear from the police officer that we heard from at 11 o'clock during that first press briefing. You could see him getting noticeably emotional and choked up as he talked about this terrifying situation that's now happening in his area, in his home area on campus, where so many families have loved ones who are near that area. A massive university at Michigan State, which also makes this search for the suspect that much more difficult. Also reminding the public to not believe all of these rumors that are circulating on social media, that they will provide that next update at midnight Eastern time, and that there's a lot of misinformation out there. So again, they are still just searching for that one suspect, and that is the photo of him there. So we're going to check back in with our Fox 2 team now, who is live during their newscast. Again, they're doing a really great job of covering everything in this breaking news situation with reporters on the ground in different areas as we continue to bring you all of the updates here. And here we go. We have another update that we are just getting right now from MSU police. There have been 3 confirmed fatalities. This is in addition to the 5 victims who have been transported to the hospital. So MSU police, public safety, sharing that information there. I'm sure we're going to hear more about this in any new details and new information in the next 20 minutes or so when they provide us that next update. So let's listen back in here to our Fox 2 team as they are live on the air right now.
Hospital, just getting word of these 3 fatalities and 5 others hurt on the campus.
Yeah, this is messed up, man.
Yeah. Always saying she's finding 3 confirmed everywhere on over Twitter and the chat saying as well.
They're saying it right here.
Do you guys want to hear the original 911 call that came in?
I wish I could, but I gotta go to bed. Quinn, sorry, I gotta work
You
tomorrow.
gotta skedaddle.
Gotta skedaddle. Oh man. Well, hopefully
We'll talk to you later then.
Yeah, talk to you later. Sorry.
Good night, B Tim.
Yeah, you guys have a good one.
We'll talk to you in the morning.
Bye.
I live right next to the Parkland shooting, about 10 minutes away. He ran out with the crowd afterwards, so that's why I was asking it before. Do you think he could just, maybe run out with everybody? But I can think there's shots still going off. I don't know what's to believe. Go ahead and play that. I'm sorry.
You're all right. That's why I said you guys want to play the original 911 call that came in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
East Circle Drive. Any units clear. MSU units, I got a shot fired complaint at Berkey Hall, 509 East Circle. 509 East Circle, multiple callers calling it in right now. 636-653 units are clear to respond. 653 now. County units be advised, MSU is responding to a shots fired in the hallway of Berkey Hall. Need units prior. County units for shooting is going to be in Berkey Hall at MSU 509 East Circle Drive. I need units clear. Info for command. There's going to be a shooting victim. I'm trying to get further. I have a victim who's with the victim online on the phone.
5-6, do they need units out there? Well, 55-40. Basketball game. Over.
I have a victim saying that there's a Nate Stately in the classroom who's been shot. They don't have the room number. We're getting further.
9 out of 83, I'm available. Can have that with command.
Dispatch is 41. Room 114. There's maybe a victim in room 114. We're trying to get further right now. They do have the door barricaded. There's someone in room 135 shot as well. Room 114 and room 135, we have lots of medics en route. Just be advised, they're advising that there's multiple victims in room 114. They're advising that the shooter's in the hallway, still trying to get a description.
Lansing North on units on an active shooting at Berkey Hall and MSU 509 East Circle Drive, 509 East Circle Drive. We got multiple victims at this time. Community clear on it?
I don't have anyone I'm seeing yet. All I have so far is that there's a shooter in the hallway, multiple people shot in dorm room or in classroom 115, and there's people from room 35 who are jumping out of a window currently. Advising that there's one subject who's not breathing, who's shot in the head. We're trying to get further.
For Medic 11, Medic 12, Battalion 11 to respond to stage on a shooting at Berkey Hall. It's going to be an AVI. Berkey Hall, 509 East Circle Drive, 509 East Circle Drive. Got multiple victims in room 114.
And just be advised, there's also some people in room 114 who are trying to get out of a window. Still no description on the accused, last known that he was in the hallway.
How many victims?
We have at least 4 or 5 victims at this time. Shooters in the hallway right now.
Grand River, somebody on the west side of the building.
10-4, need a unit, Grand River, west side of the building.
23, put that call on my screen.
Got it.
And if you head towards the active shooter, MSU East Lane, it's going to be Berkey Hall, 509 East Circle Drive.
Well, I got a witness inside saying this east hallway, first floor. You heard that?
Copy East hallway. You said first floor. They heard shots.
Okay, I got potential shots fired to the west.
MSU.
So that's pretty rough there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like it happened in a classroom, like a bunch of the, right? 4 or 5 victims in that one classroom. I wasn't even thinking because like night it happened around 6-ish or 7, and that was like they probably had night classes going on.
Didn't they say 8 p.m.? Was it call or was I wrong?
I think it was like, when did she start the live, Queen? An hour and a half ago. So before 7, like, or around 7. But when was this call?
Wait, FBI said, is this recent? Yeah, this is the 911 call that came in tonight.
Oh, or
2 hours
or
ago when this
maybe
happened?
or
Yeah, this
9
is the call
o'clock,
that
or
came in. Well, it
yeah,
was
what time is
8:30
this
my
call
time,
at?
so
Oh, okay. Yeah, so maybe like yeah, at the end of class or like labs or something would go for
And the green
hours.
saying 8.
Yeah, I used to have a class that would go till late.
at 8:30, and it's 10:48 now. So
Yeah,
2 hours and change.
Eastern time. Yeah.
Someone said there was some. Oh God.
So maybe after that's because it seems like he maybe went to other like halls or dorms and stuff,
which just makes me think, how the hell would he know that classes were going on that late and where and what rooms and where they were out?
Exactly.
So was he a fucking student, or did he get
Yeah.
booted off campus, or was he dating somebody that was in there and he just went, because
In that
Valentine's
room.
Day is
Yeah.
tomorrow. So did he
Oh,
catch his
yeah.
girlfriend cheating or something? Who knows? Whether it's all speculation,
Yeah.
it's
Who
alleged, you know what I
knows?
mean? But I'm just saying, like, it's very odd that he knew exactly, like, he knew, not exactly, but he knew that the classrooms were late. He knew, like, what classrooms to go to, like, where they were at, you know.
Yeah. Seems like
A
there's a lot
person
of
off the streets like me or you just walking in there wouldn't fucking know where to go, what classrooms was what
Yeah.
exits where, you know. So it makes
that
me
has to
think
be like a
he was a
specific
student,
class,
maybe.
a late
Yeah.
class.
Someone
Yeah.
that knows the their surroundings.
Yep. Or what hall that was in. Could look it up.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, he
and
could have been
what
a
was the motive
student
for
because
doing that, you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, where, you know, did he go to school there? Was he failing? Like, what the hell, you know?
See, like my son teaches on Wednesday nights from 6 to 9. So yeah, some classes. I remember having like a lab, like that was like that, like 6 to 9 at night. It was like the latest class I ever, it would go like late at
Right.
night. Yeah, but I could,
Yeah.
yeah. So you have to be
Yes, I
specific
bet
because
he
it's
was
not
a
like there's a
student.
lot. Yeah,
Let's
must
look
be.
this up.
3 confirmed dead. 5
Wow.
injured.
Oh, Berkeley Hall. Let me look that up.
We're about to go on a field trip and Google Earth it.
Because there was like a map that I saw. I could send it to you that had where everything happened. Let me look.
Yeah, I agree, Chevy.
They say there's a helicopter flying around now. Looking, I guess.
But that will help, a good amount. I got a feeling if they were still hearing shots up until I can't remember. It was like 45 minutes ago.
I think there's going to be like another press conference in like 9 minutes.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's going to be a pretty big update. This is ridiculously horrible.
They're still sheltering in place.
Yeah, it's a big campus, like Lisa said.
Okay, stay with me. Shooters in the wow. Yeah, people on scanner are stating concerns that the suspects are listening on the that they're listening on the that he's maybe listening on the scanner, on the police
Yeah.
scanner.
Yep. So he knows where to go, where not to go.
To
All
move
right, you
around
guys.
campus.
This field trip. Oh
Yep.
shit, Mo. Look, she said, baby, you better be careful. Look, love. She said I live 45 minutes away from there.
Oh
Oof.
wow.
Everything has been canceled in the area. Yeah, we heard him saying like everything, classes for the next couple days are canceled. Don't come to sporting events or nothing. Like it's all done. Here we're gonna Google Earth it here.
There it is. 3 dead, 5 hurt. Ugh.
All right, here we go. And this one says Berkey Hall Circle Drive. So here we go. See it showing.
Yeah.
Hall right there. That's where he was at right there. Bam. So it's where he went in. And then Circle Drive is where supposedly he came out. So I don't know if this is Circle Drive or where Circle Drive's at, but it's got to be somewhere right around here.
Oh wow.
Maybe even over here. But there's Berkey Hall right here. So right where this red thing is, where he.
That big building right there.
You know.
Yeah. What's a department
And
of
like
what? Sociology?
Back.
I think it's a department of sociology. Right there. Right? Right above that.
Yes, right here. That's what it says. Yeah. So that's probably in there, Department of Sociology. And then here's this Institute for Public Policy and something.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It's like he had to know what class. Yeah. Unless just was walking through
Here's
and saw.
Lisa just said shots
Well, I mean,
fired.
yeah, because look.
Wait,
look at all these
Tina,
buildings.
wait,
Look at all these buildings. Very fucking.
Look at the chat.
Like all them.
Look what Tina just said.
Who? Oh, he killed himself. Oh, shouldn't have read that.
Right. What?
Sorry.
Oh fuck! Damn it! Where are you hearing this at? Oh, subject down. So they must be on the scanner, maybe. Here, we'll pop it back up. I gotta sit in here. Just, you know what I mean? It's completely up to you guys. I mean, you guys want to turn it on? It ain't like we're gonna hear it again now. You know what I mean? But if he's gone, then he's gone. But that's.
I think there's going to be an
not
update
justice.
in 5 minutes.
Sorry.
You know. Yeah. Well, like
Okay,
I forget
well,
what the
here,
percentage is, but it always it's like 85% of mass shooters end up taking their own lives. It's just it's part of the psyche, I feel like.
There's a code. At least it is done hurting people. That's.
Oh, somebody's got feedback.
Hold on.
I'll mute you because you got that air shit sounding in the back again.
Is it better or no?
Well, yeah, you turn whatever you turned off, just stop playing.
What?
I don't know. Whatever he had on, it was playing to me. It was playing my stuff in the background. I could hear myself talking in the background.
That's so weird.
Like it was. Oh, you didn't just have it on? You didn't? Did you not? Oh, I thought you had like YouTube or something on, and you flipped it on.
No.
That's why I could hear myself. It always sounds like there's air back there, like a fan or something going. So it's always just like, you know what I mean? When you tap the mic, it always shuts off. I don't know why it does that, but it's very odd. But okay, so where are we?
I think there's going to be another like press conference in like 3 minutes. Yeah, they said at 12. Yeah, pecan
Let
pie.
know your Spivey. What do you guys? I don't think she's trolling. She or he. I don't think they're trolling. I think they're dead ass serious. I mean, this So the area is shut down because of this one person. When people could legally hold, could have taken out this threat before he or she went into any other building. Is that fair to the community? No, it ain't fair to the community, but they don't have it set up that way.
They got to do something,
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, I believe you should be able to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? I definitely believe that,
These
if
are
somebody,
college kids,
yeah, these are college kids, but I'm saying if somebody had concealed a carry and they seen this guy coming in and they seen him pull it out, pull his, weapon out, you know what I'm saying? And start to, take that threat down, period.
Yeah, totally. But
I
a
mean,
lot
I'm
of
not
these, yeah. I mean, I don't know how many kids. I'm sure there's some. You never know. That have like parents
yeah, I
that
mean, I'm just
want
saying.
them to be like safe at school, especially like look what just happened in Idaho.
Tina, where are you hearing this at? Is this on the scanner or
Oh, they're starting
where you?
CPR. Oh, let me look on Twitter real quick. Here's the next press conference.
Yep.
Okay. Good. Yeah, they said that he was like 3 miles away from university.
Yeah, I bet he got pretty fucking far,
Lockdown, and then we got that MSU email saying that there's an active shooter. So we just locked, and we just stayed in. We barricaded our door just in case. And then my roommate actually opened the radio, and we just kept hearing things getting worse and worse. It was getting scary because we started hearing the police outside, and it was just getting louder and louder, and everything started getting confusing once we got on social media. So it was a crazy day.
In terms of keeping track of one another on campus, that has to, I imagine the SMS and the text messages are on overload on the campus of Michigan State University. You're just checking on everybody that you know. I can only imagine, even though I'm a few years removed, right, from being college, just remember how much you care about your friends and you think about, oh, what about this person? What about this person?
Somebody got mad in chat about talking about, I don't think that kids in college should be armed with guns. We were just saying, I'm sure there are some out there in the world, right? I feel like people are talking about it in chat too. You can't. Yeah, this is him walking away, they think.
Yeah, that looks just like him.
Yep.
With his hat, his jacket, red shoes.
Uh-huh. Damn.
Don't it look just like him?
Yeah.
He's walking fast.
She said, I apologize if I offended anyone, but I believe in legally carrying to protect ourselves in the community.
I believe it
my
too.
whole family, the ones that ain't felons, they do shit. And the ones that are, shit, I plead the fifth. I don't know what they do, but anyhow.
Yeah.
I got a Smith. I got 9 Smith.
I don't know nothing about that. Anyhow, that does look like him. And baby, you didn't offend us. You're all good. You're good to be here too. I know, Tina, I'm reading what you're saying, but I'm asking you where you're hearing this at, and you haven't answered me yet. So I wasn't sure if it was like the scanner or where you're getting your information from. Where are you reading this or seeing this or hearing this?
I'm seeing it on Twitter. I'm seeing it on Twitter too. There's just like I don't know where it's coming from, but it's just people are reporting. Wait, oh wait.
He was a student.
No, it's a
Police
scanner.
Oh, yeah, I'm listening to the scanner. Here it is. Oh wait, I think let me see if this is. a scanner.
Yeah, it's the same. It is the scanner because I just turned it on and that's what it was talking about.
Yeah.
Was closing roads. Yep.
Yep. It's a scanner.
But I'm waiting on this press conference to start. So
Yeah, they'll probably talk about it.
let's see if this started yet. Nope, it ain't started yet. So it's got just a little tad bit to go. All right, here, we'll turn that on then here. Because we got it cracking here. Let's see.
When police approached, it said.
Or Johnson call. 6-4 for the
Copy, thank you.
I'll have you head towards the Hazlitt call. It's going to be 1424 Hazlitt Road, Hall Apartments. It's going to be 3 males banging on the door, very intox, being verbally aggressive and loud. No weapons were mentioned or seen.
Okay.
210. We have about you just get them to shelter in place.
1136. I added our subject here into the CAD notes.
Command from Battalion 42.
Clear on that.
Unit 56816, collect from out of the home, ma'am. 347, so hold there.
Evan, well, okay.
877, I'm up.
877, okay.
5 Edward 50.
5 over 50.
Evan in Grand River got a lot of medics showing up saying they need to transport people from the Union. Do we have any info on that? Yes, 347. We need to have any witnesses transported to the pavilion, please.
Okay, and you want them, the medics to transport them?
10-4.
Okay.
All right. You bring them out to us. Do we need to go get them?
It seems secure. We can have them come up to you.
Battalion 11 from Fire Center.
Units of the Union, just to confirm, it seems secure for the medics to come up.
Battalion 11 from Fire Center.
RT-19, we're going to be clear. Grand River, head back to command post.
Okay.
Battalion 11, go.
628 in the Union. You can bring the medics up.
PD is requesting assistance transporting 8 witnesses from the Yin to the pavilion.
Copy.
I'm clear on that. I'll get with staging and we'll get a rig up there.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Center 1612.
1012.
Battalion 11 from Battalion 42.
RT at 5.
I'll be in the car with 15.
Okay.
Battalion 42 from Battalion 11.
We got that handled.
2 or 20 out of 4.
Thank you.
20 out of 4.
Confirm how many medics you still have on Grand River, please.
Where are you guys all set with your last call? I apologize.
10-4, where's UTL?
Okay, thank you.
347, raise a unit at Union, please.
1615, where do you need us?
924, I'm on the west side. What can I help you with? Union.
I have 7 standing by and 2 that are going to transport people to the pavilion.
Perfect, thank you. 347, Clinton County needs somebody to meet him on the west side, second floor landing. Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. RTF 3 to command post. Photograph of the ID was just texted. Thank you.
Person, Shiawassee Capital.
En route.
Okay, so caller was saying Shiawassee Capital, they were There's a white SUV, someone going into the building for LCC. They had a backpack. They were like in the vestibule area.
20 on 4, that unit can disregard. That's one of our janitors.
That's him. Supposedly there's 8 witnesses. That's him right there and on the, I guess they're giving him CPR. Oh, hey, nature lover. I didn't even see you back here. I'm sorry. Hey, what's up? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I was just coming up to address the fact of when you asked about people being upset with Spivey.
I don't think it's him.
Yeah, because I didn't get to see most of the comments there that you
Well,
got. Well, I guess maybe I didn't get to see what you guys were upset about. I guess that was,
the
you know what I
fact
mean?
is, what the fact is that she just continuously keeps talking about carrying a gun. I carry a gun, and the fact is, right now's not the time to be, pushing her gun rights. I mean, there's a lot of people that carry guns, but
Right.
I mean, if I'm in a dorm or a classroom, just for her information, since she says that she's taken the class, I can stab her before she shoots me, point blank. So, I mean, we just don't want to hear about any more violence. This is horrible what's going on, and that was what we were saying is like, hey, stop. There's enough tragedy going on right now that we just all didn't want to hear about,
Yeah, and I get that too. You know what I mean? Like it's not
Right.
the time right now to go over that. Is that what you're,
Yeah, that's all that we were all trying to say to her, like, hey, stop with,
Hey, Spivey, baby, the link's
person.
pinned up at the top. The link is pinned up at the top. She said, "Hold, wait, I'm listening." Drop the link, but the link is pinned up at the top. Just make sure you pause your YouTube first before you pop up.
So that's all that the rest of us that were asking her to stop talking about it meant, is that now's not the time,
Right.
I mean, I know that like when I first started, which has only been probably 2 months watching YouTube, you're the channel I came to, and like I think it was Jones or something up on panel, and I was asking like, what do certain things mean? And it was like, don't share your location, don't, don't do any of that. So I mean, I don't know whether I should say what state I live in. I mean, is that, I mean,
Well, that's fine. I mean, that's
okay. I
up,
live in.
really,
I
it's
live
up to you.
Texas,
I mean, it's
so we're, you come in my front yard, I could shoot you. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Legally shoot you.
You live in a stand your ground state, then.
You got it. So I mean, it's not that I have a problem with guns and the other people on here, just like the other gentleman that was asking her to stop. And I think, is it North Cali, our Cali girl, was like, yeah, I've had her blocked. Just only the fact that we didn't want to hear about any more. We're trying to, read everybody's opinions, and she just keeps pushing the issue. And the whole thing is, okay, you've taken the gun class, so have I. Depending on the distance, I can stab you before you can shoot me. I can stab you before you can shoot me. That's one of the things they teach in the gun class. So let's just not, promote more of these children being in a dorm room and someone coming in. They're not.
Well, and I mean, even at a school, like I respect it. I respect the gun rights. I respect that. Like I said, there's a lot of my family, my family, they are, gun advocates. They are, all about their gun rights and stuff. And that's fine too. But I get what you mean. Like there's a time and a place. Is that that's what kind of what you're saying? Like it's not the
Yes,
time
that's
and place
what
to.
I'm trying to say to her. Not that she offended us. It's just there's a time and a place for everything, and we didn't.
And that
Right, and I didn't
right.
want
And I
Jolene to
can
think
understand that
she was
too.
like
You know.
election is coming. It's not that we're against gun rights. It's the fact that some of us aren't. I'm not against it. I mean, I don't agree with where we done away with people don't have to get a background check or anything like that. But I mean, that has nothing to do with it. The fact is there's a time and a place for everything, and we didn't feel that it was a time for her to keep on and on and on and on and on about it.
Right. I feel that.
That's the only reason why I came here.
Well, I do appreciate you coming up here. I was like, I didn't see you back there at first because I was over here tinkering around, jumping from page to page, trying to open stuff. I got 55 tabs open. You know what I mean? There's
right. And I'm not one of these people. I don't interact on your chat a lot because how I can do well enough trying to read all the comments. I can't. I'm not a texter person, so there's no way I could text in enough information. It'd be, 10 pages gone before I got to explain. So I was like, only thing I know to do is go up on page and explain that, hey, there's just a time and a place for everything.
well, I completely understand and I appreciate you coming up. You know what I mean, and letting you. Oh, Spivey popped up here. Says your devices are not connected. Here we go. Okay. All right, you're up here, baby. You should be up here.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I
you should be
can.
able to hear me. Okay.
I can.
Okay. Did you pause your YouTube before you click the link to come up? Or you probably already know that though.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'd say you're probably familiar with YouTube more.
I don't come on panels ever, ever, ever. So, what was she saying about me?
She just
Promoting
was
violence?
No. She said that basically like there was a time and a place, and she said she has like she believes in the gun right thing too, and she lives in a stand your ground state, and she also takes classes or took classes and has a firearm. She just said that the chat was a little upset because there's
This
like a time.
wasn't the time or place to talk about it.
That's what she had. Well, you asked me what she said, so I was just letting you know that's what she had came up and was trying to explain, that the chat, that there was a few people in chat that was upset because they felt it wasn't the time or the place.
Just because there's like a gun violence event.
This is the time and the place to talk about this.
But then it gets political and then it gets crazy. And, I think everybody has their right, to have their opinion about guns.
Not the time or place to talk about.
Well, I think because it's like such an emotional, it's like sensitive and to get.
But think about it. All the kids that are hiding in their dorms and in the bathroom and in the classrooms. If you knew somebody had a legal gun permit, would you not hide behind them? Would you not feel a little bit better?
Well, no. I feel like absolutely you would, but you're on a school campus and you cannot carry a firearm on school campus. You will get,
and what? I pay $15,000 a month for a semester. If my son can't take his firearm there, it's in the same state that he is allowed in.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he could take it on campus. See, I've always thought they weren't allowed to have it on campus.
If he can or can't, I pay $15,000
Most colleges
a
do
month.
not allow. It doesn't matter. Like there has to be law, like certain rules at campuses.
I pay $15,000 a month.
It doesn't matter how
my
much
son.
you pay. Like certain states are not stand your own ground state.
So it matters
doesn't
that
matter.
somebody can come on
I'm
campus
not,
and shoot it up.
No, I don't believe that at all. I believe that people should stand. Yeah.
That's where the issue is. We need to start with our campuses. But if you knew that somebody was on campus right now shooting up from building to building and building and building, are you going to get somebody that has scissors? opposed to somebody that has a firearm that can legally possess it?
In a
What
dorm
about
room, if you come in at me with a gun, I can stab you before you can shoot me with that gun.
Absolutely. Are you
Yes,
kidding me?
yes, ma'am.
He's
You
actually
can
telling the truth
stab
there. You can. That's
somebody
actually
before
a
you
real
can
thing.
shoot.
Listen to what's going on, but that's all I was saying, Spivey, is that there's a time and a place, and we were all trying to listen, and you're just, we didn't feel like it. I didn't feel like it. Some other people on here were asking you to please stop. So, I mean,
But this is the time and the place to discuss this.
Well, that's your opinion, and I respect
And
your. We
absolutely, it
all
should
have.
be all of our parents. Anybody that has a child that goes on a campus. If I pay for my child to go to a university, my child should be protected. And if you look at look at what you're doing, you see the person walking outside, right? Why should my son not be able to shoot that person?
Well, if there's a bunch of people right on campus with guns,
Right.
that could get a little dangerous.
Yes, it can.
there's campus police, I mean,
Drop down.
campus has their own police, little kind of mini police force in a way to.
I stated what I wanted to state just for the rest of us that were, trying to comment. I didn't want anybody to think that we were trying to be.
You just showed a picture of someone walking down the street that you said is the person that is shooting people.
Okay.
And if my son is looking out here and he sees this person who is carrying a firearm walking down the street, why should he not be able to shoot him in the leg?
Well, I
don't fight.
don't
Kill him.
I don't know whether he.
Well, they tell you to shoot to kill, not you know what I mean, in the classes.
No, absolutely.
Okay.
No.
Well, I can't have a gun, so I don't know. I can't. My 2 cents really doesn't. I mean, equate.
But would you not, Queen? Would you not feel better? Would you not feel
I
better?
would definitely feel better if I knew there was somebody there with with a firearm. But then again, well, yeah, of course. But then again, I would. It makes me a little bit nervous to have just for somebody just to have it on campus. But if there was like a fire, like
but
if
they're
there was
legal. If you're legal, why not?
What's up, Follow the Grain?
Hi, y'all.
Hey, Paul.
Hi, Spivey. I agree with you that it's okay, and this can be the time and place to talk about it, because when else are you going to talk about it? A day or two? I get it. But what you're saying about your son just shooting him out the window, watching him walk down the street? No go.
Well, then why are you showing a video saying this is the person that is shooting someone?
Well, because
don't
it's
show
on
the
news.
video.
Is,
Then.
You can call
It's
law
been
enforcement
circulating.
and tell them where
Don't
they're at.
show the
okay?
video. Then you're
We
putting
don't.
you're putting
No.
pandemic. You're putting
Let's go tell Twitter to do that. It's all over Twitter. We're just like kind of like trying to
is
figure out what's going on in the
Exactly.
news.
Exactly. But as a parent, if I lived thousands of miles away and I saw this,
You're saying somebody's going to go shoot this guy that
you can't just
he's
shoot
not even there
somebody.
anymore.
I mean,
No,
you can't
you
just
have
shoot
to be in
because you think
fear
they're a
for
suspect.
your life.
That video's in the past. Doesn't
Listen,
matter.
Well, you said that
Spivey,
person.
I don't know what state you're
hold
in,
up.
but you
You
need to
said
be
that
in fear
person
for
was
your own
walking on it.
personal life, not
All right,
someone
you can be loud,
else's.
ma'am. You can be loud.
I can be loud. You
Okay,
need
go
to
ahead,
be, you have to be in fear for your own life,
But
not
you
someone
said that
else's.
person walking down the street had a firearm and was the person that was shooting people. So why the hell can't my son shoot that if that's what you're giving? You're
Because
giving
that's
out.
not
You're
how the
showing
law
that.
works, honey. That's not how the law works.
Sweet pea, you don't know. All right. You tell me how the law works. You tell me.
You have to be in fear for your own.
All right. So you just
safety.
showed me a video saying this was the person
I didn't
that
show
just
you
shot
anything.
up. All right.
No.
Then stop
That was
talking.
a video in the past.
Then stop talking. You didn't say it. So stop talking.
That was a video that happened in the past. We weren't showing something that like, oh, here he goes right now down the street. This
It's
is
not
like
like we're
report of this
videotaping
woman.
him.
This is in the past. I don't know, or maybe I don't think this is live. It doesn't say live. I mean, we're just showing clips of things. You know what I mean? Like that was just a clip, and who knows if that they said that might be the suspect, and it doesn't matter. He's already been taken down. It sounds
Right.
like,
But
or
you're under
Thank
the
God. Thank
assumption,
you, Jesus. Thank you.
you're
Thank
under
you.
the thought that the person who was videotaping the man walking down the street should have shot him out the window.
So why did you show the video?
I understand what you mean. Why'd you
no
share the,
reason.
I mean,
We
why
were
would
just.
you
I
show
shared
it?
the video because it's on the news and it's
Not
breaking
you,
news.
Queen.
It's just
It's not
happening.
you,
So
Queen Bee.
yeah, that's why I shared. It's on the. It's a news segment. It's breaking news right now.
Do you mean why did they show the video? Why did someone record it? What?
Yeah,
What are
exactly.
you
And
saying?
say,
Well, they thought
well,
it was him, and they were playing it after the
they thought.
fact.
They
It
thought.
was like a past video, and they're like, maybe this was the guy walking away from the campus, like because he was found 3 miles away. They're just trying to piece together parts of what happened. That's all this is. It's not, oh, we should shoot him because we think because we don't know if that's the guy or not. It's just trying to when something like this is
Well, then
active
don't show the
shooter.
video. If you don't know, why are you showing the video?
Why
If you
is who
don't
showing the video?
know,
We or in
not
general? Twitter,
Queen,
news?
just
Well,
media in
that's what
general.
happens. You're like the question you're asking is a
It's
bigger
saying
question.
you.
Why does anybody show anything that happens in the news? Like because it's like when things
That's
happen,
the
we report on.
problem.
Well,
That's the problem.
I don't know how to solve that one,
That's
girlfriend.
why parents are freaking out because people are showing videos that aren't relevant. You don't know.
I mean, it
You
could be that
don't
could be him.
know.
Actually, that could have been him.
Well,
So it
if
could be
it
really
could have, and
relevant
if it
in
was,
this
then I hope somebody
investigation.
shot him in the leg.
I think he ended up shooting him
Well,
himself.
no,
So.
you're
Spivey, please don't ever pull a gun on somebody and just shoot them in the leg if you're
ma'am.
really in fear for your life.
Excuse me,
Please
ma'am.
don't.
You
Just
don't
leave
know
it in the
me,
drawer,
and you don't know
unloaded
my
and locked.
family. You don't know me and my family. You don't.
Hold on, I'm gonna play this. And so hold on 1 second. I
I'm
want to see what
trying to
he's
be
saying.
so
Real quick. Give me 1
respectful.
second, baby. No, and I appreciate that. I appreciate both you girls. Give me 1
Queen
second. I
Bee,
want to hear what he says real
That's
step out of the way. You can see Michigan State police officers are leaving the scene of a large law enforcement presence. It's still not confirmed at this time why there is this large presence, but we were told to come to Lake Lansing and Larch Road, and that is where we are now. And we're going to stay here for quite a little bit and try to confirm what's going on here, again, off of Larch and Lake Lansing. For now, reporting live in Lansing, Micah Cho.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to hear what he was saying.
It just should have never gotten this far. The first time that he showed up in the elevator and shot one shot, somebody should have taken him down.
You don't know who was around. You can't
That's what I'm
Monday morning
saying.
quarterback.
If he doesn't know who was around, he
Well,
doesn't know
yeah, I
who
mean,
was carrying.
in the perfect world, yeah, somebody could have taken him, should have
Yeah.
taken him down.
And
But
somebody
I mean,
should
you know,
have. That's what we should teach our
obviously they don't
children.
have a campus lined up with people, to protect the campus, or
But you should. Why don't you teach your child
Well,
that?
then that's something you have to go. You know what I'm
I
saying? Those
do.
are
I've taught my
go
child
fight
that.
for that. And the government, like you have to go to your. You know what I mean? There's nothing we can do about that on here.
Yeah, that's
Well,
a bigger
That's
problem.
something you have to go
No,
fight
it's
for
not.
rights
That's
and all
the
that
root
shit.
of the problem. No, you
That's
guys are
where it
looking
starts
at
to get
the
political. We don't
aftermath.
do that here. We smoke bud
You're
and talk
looking
about
at the aftermath. You need to look at the root of the problem. You should have stopped it from the beginning. He should have never gotten past that one building.
But he did.
Never.
Unfortunately,
It doesn't matter
we
what
don't
he
live in a
did.
vacuum. Life is in a
Nick,
vacuum.
because it doesn't make sense.
Oh, the news
Stop.
conference one. We go
It
find
should have not gotten past that first building.
But it did,
He-
unfortunately. So
Well,
this is
but-
how we.
but- So we're here to advocate. We're here to
Yeah.
advocate and help. And how do we prevent this? How do we prevent it in the future? You don't let him get past that first building. Police can't do everything. They cannot do everything. We as citizens have to help them legally. You have to stop them from the first building. He should
Well,
have
it
never
sounds
Yeah,
like
can I
he
say something real quick,
possibly had
guys?
3 or 5 victims in that first building. So I don't
Okay,
understand
so
what you're
there should have
saying.
never been. He should have never
Ma-
gotten past that first
In a
building.
perfect world,
Ma'am, you said
though,
you took
you know.
classes and stuff like that. They teach you to shoot to kill, not to wound. You know that, right? All right, y'all. Mute. This is the update.
She didn't pay attention.
This is
No,
a
I do pay
perspective.
attention, honey. I do
You.
pay
Died
attention.
from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. It is confirmed that he is deceased. This truly has been a nightmare that we are living tonight, but we have remained laser focused on the safety of our campus, our students, and the surrounding community. We are relieved to no longer have an active threat on campus, while we realize that there is so much healing that will need to take place after this. Again, to reiterate the update, there is no longer a threat to campus. We believe there to only be one shooter in this incident, and there is no longer a need to shelter in place on campus. There is no longer a threat on campus. We are sad to report that there have been 3 confirmed fatalities. This is in addition to the 5 victims who were injured and transported to the hospital. Some of those 5 victims still have life-threatening injuries. Out of respect for the families, and while we continue our active investigation, we cannot confirm any personal information about any of the victims at this time. Again, we want to reiterate to everybody that we know there is a lot of information that's being shared on social media and being said on the scanner. Please continue to get your information from us. We are committed to sharing timely and transparent information. Our hearts are with those who have been affected by this senseless act of violence.
Amen.
Giving an update like this is never easy. As a father, I can only imagine how parents are feeling right now.
Absolutely.
This will be the beginning of a long healing process for everyone who has been affected. That is the initial information that we're able to share at this point. I'll conclude by saying again that this is still a fluid situation. There are several different crime scenes that we are processing with our state and federal partners. And there's a lot of work that still needs to be done. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to Special Agent in Charge, James Taraska from the FBI.
Good evening. I'm Jim Taraska, Special Agent in Charge of the FBI in Michigan. Our hearts go out to the victims, their families, and the entire community. I'd like to thank Chief Lynch for your leadership tonight and your partnership. This evening, FBI agents and our response teams joined our law enforcement partners to assist in investigating this horrific incident. We will continue to investigate till we are sure no further threat is posed to the public, which at this point, we're pretty clear it's not. Additionally, we will provide victim services to all students impacted by this incident. We're asking the public, in addition to the other numbers provided to call in for information, we have the 1-800-CALL-FBI number. Please feel free to use that. Call in any tips. This is an ongoing investigation. We'll continue investigating throughout the night and likely days. So with that, Chief, thank you.
In addition to the FBI tip line, we have countless investigators from not only the MSU, Police and Public Safety, but our local, county, state, and federal partners assisting us with this investigation, and there still is a lot to do. I'm going to provide another 800 number and email address for anybody that may have any information that will help our investigators as we put the pieces together for this incident. That phone number, and we'll also share it on our social media, is 844-99-MSUPD. Again, 844-99-MSUPD. And our tip line is tips, TIPS, at police.msu.edu. Our investigators will continue to work tonight and around the clock to process the crime scenes and start to put the pieces together to try to understand what happened here tonight. At this time, we will open it up for a couple questions. I just want to say, please understand that we are sharing information as quick as we can. There's a lot that we don't know at this point. This is still dynamic, it's still fluid, and we will do our best to answer your questions. I'll start right here in the front.
Is the suspect a faculty member, a student? What can you tell us about?
So we are unsure of any affiliation that the suspect had to the university. Our investigators and officers are still working to determine his identity. Once his identity is determined, we will then look to what connection he may have had to our community here. But at this time, that's still part of our investigation.
Just to follow up along the same lines, all the victims in this incident students.
So we continue to work to identify the victims in this case out of respect for their families. As we work through the process, we are not going to identify or confirm if any of the victims at this point are MSU students. That is something that we are quickly working to determine, and that will be a priority for us. In the back.
Can you describe if they're men or women for the victims?
I actually don't have that information. All we can confirm at this point is 3 fatalities at the scene on campus and 5 victims that were transported. That is all the information that we have. However, we will work to determine the specific identity of those victims and their affiliation to campus if any. Over here.
Were the shootings limited to the Union University? And then also, there were reports that the suspect was found with a backpack with magazines and another gun.
So the first question was the location of the shootings. We can confirm that the first shooting occurred at Berkey Hall, and the second subsequent shooting occurred at the MSU Union, which is adjacent to Berkey Hall. Victims were located at both of those locations. There were no other scenes or a shooting did not take place at any other location. There were erroneous reports that there were additional shooting scenes, and that is not true. The question about what the suspect had in his possession when he was contacted, I cannot confirm that right now. We did release some pictures of the suspect. I cannot confirm if he was possessing a bag at that time. Go over here. We do not at this point. We do not have that information. That will be part of this investigation in terms of what type of weapon was used. We do not have that information at this time. Our investigators are working. That's part of the investigation that we're putting the pieces together right now. Go over here. We have absolutely no information right now on what the motive is, and I can't even begin to imagine what that motive would be. That will obviously be part of our investigation. I know that that is going to be a question that lingers on everybody's mind. We will do our best to determine that, but at this time we have no idea. Right here. The initial response to the initial shooting was overwhelming. Every one of our law enforcement partners in Ingham County responded to the scene, and additional counties in this area showed up along with our federal partners. I'm comfortable saying in the hundreds. We had hundreds of law enforcement officers from university, local, county, state, and federal from the mid-Michigan area that descended on campus today in a coordinated effort to resolve this incident and secure our campus. In the back, Yusuf.
Do you know where that USC president is?
I don't have that information right now. My understanding is that she is returning to campus and has been briefed on this incident, and I can only imagine what she's feeling at this point. Our focus up to this point has really been on the safety of our campus and the public safety operations at hand. And we have briefed not only our president, but our executive leadership team every step of the way. In addition to that, we activated our emergency operations center and put our plans in place that we have planned for an incident similar to this. We initiated those plans, and part of the reason that it was as smooth on our end as it was in this tragic situation was because of the pre-planning, the emergency plans, and the training that we do countywide for responding to act of violence incident. In the back, Rick.
Can you confirm how many fatalities and injuries there were at each shooting location and how many people were at those locations?
Sure. The question was how many victims were at each shooting scene. I unfortunately do not have that information. Out of an abundance of transparency, I can share that 2 of the fatalities were at Berkey Hall and 1 was at the MSU Union. The other 5 victims, I don't have the specific locations where they were. We also don't have specific information on how many students or people were in those buildings when the shooting occurred. I do know that there were students in those buildings. I don't have a specific number. I want to commend the students and our community on how they reacted when we sent out our emergency messaging, instructing people to shelter in place, to run, hide, fight. Our community listened, and that's why a lot of folks in those buildings were able to escape, is because of following our instructions. I'm gonna go over here in the back. So I actually don't have that information right now. The update that we provided about the contact that we had with the suspect off campus was very fluid and dynamic and occurred right before coming in here today. So unfortunately, I don't have that information on what led us to his location. He was contacted by law enforcement. He was contacted by law enforcement off campus. I cannot confirm that location right now. That scene is also being treated as a crime scene and is being investigated as we speak. We may have additional information to share relating to that in the future. Tell you what, over here, go ahead.
The 5 victims, are all of them still in critical condition, are still in stable condition?
So we do not have a current update on the 5 victims that are at the hospital. I am aware that they experienced life-threatening injuries. We hope to have an update from the hospital, and I think at future briefings, we will have a representative from the hospital here that may be able to share additional information as well. Sir.
Yeah, thank you. The shooting victims in Berkeley, you live all in one location.
So I don't have that information right now. That will be part of our investigation in terms of where the victims were located within the building. We don't have that information available to us right now. Right. So at this point, we are declaring that campus will be closed for 48 hours. That is the current status right now. That is subject to change as we evaluate our response to this incident, keeping the victims and the students of our community who have been impacted by this tragedy at the forefront. If we need to extend that we will, and the appropriate conversations are occurring to make those determinations right now. Sir.
We confirm that the suspect in photos is the same person
I can confirm that the photograph that we pushed out immediately as part of our transparent information sharing is the same suspect that was found deceased. Yes. Sir. Yeah, so we have lifted the shelter in place. That communication was sent out during this conference. Students are free to leave and go about their business. If they would like to be picked up, they may do that. We encourage any student that experienced any part of this incident that may be a witness to contact us. We have already been in touch with several of them, but if there are any students that witnessed any of the tragedy that occurred tonight, we would refer them to our tip line and email. We would like to have an investigator speak with them to understand what their experience was during this tragic incident. In the back. We do not have any information on whether anybody confronted the shooter at either one of those buildings, one way or the other. Part of the investigation, we will look at the sequence of events and what occurred at each building. And that's why we encourage any students or witnesses to come forward to help us piece the sequence of events together. Go ahead.
Were any of the threats reported in the last few days or on social media? And how did police find the suspect in the shooting prior to police interaction?
So we have not received any threats to campus in the last several days or before this incident. We have not received any threats to our knowledge. Obviously, our state and federal partners are constantly monitoring different sources to provide information to us. And to my knowledge right now, we were not aware of a threat before this. What was the second part of your question? So I don't have the particular details on the encounter that happened when law enforcement confronted the suspect off campus. That will be part of our investigation as well, but I don't have the specific details of how that incident transpired. The first report that we received was at 8:18 p.m. 8:18 p.m. We responded in force. We had officers on scene, not only from MSU Police and Public Safety, but East Lansing Police Department, the Michigan State Police, the Ingham County Sheriff's Office, Meridian Township Police Department, initially responded to that scene within minutes. We had officers in the building following their active shooter protocol and going towards the threat. While officers were in Berkey Hall, the suspect moved over to the Union. And when the incident took place there, officers quickly redeployed to the Union. And that's when the suspect left out the north door of the Union, which was the point that he was last seen. So we'll take one more question, and we are going to do another update at 1:30, which is less than an hour from now. Go ahead.
I know the thing with the shooter is still ongoing. We'll find out about it. If you know, was he in an off-campus apartment, in a car, what is the location in which he found?
So we're not going to share any information right now about that specific location where that occurred. I can assure you that it was off campus. It wasn't directly near campus at all. It was an off-campus location. Because that scene is still active as well, we're not going to disclose that particular location right now. So again, we really do appreciate everybody. Go ahead. I'm going to turn it back over to the Vice President.
I just wanted to end it with this particular comment. We can't describe and appreciate the response that we have from our partners in our community. The number of police officers, emergency medical service, fire departments that showed up literally within minutes to support this effort, it's completely overwhelming with that. If you were on campus at the time, you saw it with that. They're still there, still clearing buildings. It's a very methodical process. We had the numbers to do it. And it's only because of the relationships that we have here locally and the ability to train and partner constantly. And the communication is always there. It's a situation that when one department receives the call, everybody does with that. We're extremely grateful for our relationships. It would not have been as thorough and as expedient and efficient that it has been to this point without those partnerships. I just wanted to take a moment to thank our partners with that, as well as our community for being responsive to the messaging that was sent to them this evening. Thank you, and we'll see you at 1:30.
And we have been listening to an update from campus police, where they have told us now there is no longer an active threat on campus. The shelter-in-place order has been lifted because the suspect in this latest mass shooting at Michigan State University.
Oof.
Yeah, they were getting ready to say, he passed away of a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
it's, man, derailed our whole damn life.
Yeah.
Didn't it? Mm-hmm. Spivey, I'm sorry I was loud with you. I'm sorry.
I think she's gone. I think she dipped a
I know
while.
she jumped down, but if she's listening, I hope she can hear me. I am sorry. I didn't mean any disrespect. I just got a little heated. Sorry.
You're good.
I don't want people out there thinking you can just go shoot somebody you suspect of doing something. I mean, that's crazy. That's I want to tell one story.
If a bunch of people on campus had guns and they tried, they get into it.
Listen, here's a scenario I thought of in my mind, okay? Is they know there's an active shooter. Everybody in the area knows there's an active shooter. Everyone's alert. And someone hears shots outside of their door, right? And they come out, locked and loaded, guns a-blazing.
Yeah.
And
Be
shoot
bad.
the person they see standing there who just shot somebody else, and it happened to be someone's son who was concealed carry. No, it's not how it works. You can't be doing that. I'm sorry. You have to be.
Hold on, Army Vet. Wait. Army Vet said she thinks she's blocked. No, she should not be blocked in here. She was just up here on panel and she was in chat.
Spivey, yeah, she's not. I saw her comment.
Blocked in here? No, yeah, she ain't blocked in here.
Yeah, she's not blocked.
Well, I was gonna say, you don't mod in here, but nobody else blocked her. I mean, I've been watching nobody else mod. You know what I mean? So
No, I meant like I could see her.
Yeah, Jones said she could see her too.
I watched. There's nothing. She didn't get blocked in here. So I hope that's not what you're talking. I hope that's not what she's saying or what she thought.
Yeah, Jones had said she wasn't blocked. She could see her commenting,
Unless she means she fell off panel by accident and thinks I don't know. Maybe she fell off by accident.
Back up. She's welcome to do that too. But she said she doesn't do panels very often, so I didn't know if she wanted to. Maybe she jumped down because I was playing that video or whatnot. But anyhow, y'all, it's midnight and
that was stressful.
Yep, I was gonna say we've been on here about 2.5 hours, and that's heavy. So
yeah,
I'm off of here, and we'll touch base tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night, all.
Bye.